Hello children, how are you all? Hope all are fine and doing well. Welcome to the ninth module of our chapter Force and Laws of Motion. We completed our chapter and now we are discussing the exercise questions and numericals. So let's continue the exercise and the numericals which is given in your textbook. Children, we already discussed up to exercise question number 10 in our previous module. So today we will start with exercise question number 11 which is given in page number 128. See the question. Two objects each of mass 1.5 kg are moving in the same straight line but in opposite directions. The velocity of each object is 2.5 meter per second before the collision during which they stick together. What will be the velocity of the combined object after collision? So here it is mentioned as both the objects having the same mass. So we can write mass of first object m1 which is equal to mass of second object m2 that is equal to 1.5 kilogram. Initial velocity of the first object, we will write it as u1 that is equal to 2.5 meter per second. Initial velocity of the second object, we can write it as u2 that is equal to negative 2.5 meter per second because it is given that these objects are moving in the opposite directions. After collision, these objects stick together, so their final velocity remains the same. We will denote the common velocity of the combined object as v. Then according to law of conservation of momentum, total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. In equation form we can write it as m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equals m1 v1 plus m2 v2. This equation is similar to the equation ma ua plus mb ub equals ma va plus mb vb because there we are denoting the objects as a and b and here we have taken that as object 1 and object 2. The equations are same only. Here the final velocity of both the objects are the same. That means we have given a common letter for denoting it, that is v. So the second part of the equation, that means the right side of the equation, the terms v1 and v2 can be changed as v. Therefore the next step we can write m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equals m1v plus m2v. We can take v as a common factor. So in the next step, the equation will change it as m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equals m1 plus m2 into v. Then you can substitute the values for this. So the first m1, that means mass of the first object, it is 1.5 into the velocity 2.5. Its initial velocity is 2.5. Then minus because we have given the initial velocity of the second object as negative 2.5. So the plus sign will change it as negative. So it is 1.5 into 2.5. So the left side of the term completely it will become 0. You no need to multiply it because you can see that these are similar terms only and with the subtraction, that means in between the terms the sign is negative. So the term will become 0. So you will get it as 0 equals m1 plus m2, you will get it as 1.5 plus 1.5 that is equal to 3. Therefore 0 equals 3v you will get. Then next v is equal to 0 by 3 that is equal to 0. So you will get the velocity of the combined object after collision is equal to 0. Let's see the next question, exercise question number 12, page number 129. According to the third law of motion, when we push on an object, the object pushes back on us with an equal and opposite force. If the object is a massive truck parked along the roadside, it will probably not move. A student justifies this by answering that two equal and opposite forces cancel each other. Comment on this logic and explain why the truck does not move. Children, you know that according to the third law of motion, when we push an object, the object pushes us back with an equal and opposite forces. These two forces are known as action and reaction forces. They are equal and opposite, but they act on different objects. So, they will never cancel each other. That means the force which you are exerting on the truck and the force truck exerting back on you. These two forces are equal and opposite, but they are not cancelling as they are acting on different objects. But here the truck is not moving even though we apply the force, because the force exerted by us is not enough to overcome the friction between the truck and the road. That is the reason it's not able to move the truck from its stationary state. Next exercise, question number 13. A hockey ball of mass 200 gram traveling at 10 meter per second is stuck by a hockey stick so as to return it along its original path with a velocity at 5 meter per second. Calculate the magnitude of change of momentum occurred in the motion of the hockey ball by the force applied by the hockey stick. Here, initially the mass of the ball is given. It is given in grams, so you should convert that into kilograms. So 200 gram, which is equal to 200 divided by 1000, that is 0.2 kilogram. And initial velocity of the ball is given, u equals 10 meter per second. So we can calculate the initial momentum of the hockey ball, because we have to find the change in momentum. Change in momentum means it is the final momentum minus the initial momentum. So here we will calculate first the initial momentum. Initial momentum is equal to mass into initial velocity. So mass is 0.2 into initial velocity is 10, that is equal to 2 kilogram meter per second. The final velocity of the hockey ball is given as 5 meter per second, but it is given with a negative sign. The reason is, it is given in the question after struck by the hockey stick, it returned to its original path. That means the ball is coming backward. So its direction changed. In which direction it was moving initially, the opposite direction it will be coming now. So we will be giving the negative sign for this final velocity term. You can see the pictorial representation of this numerical here. Now we will calculate the final momentum of the hockey ball. Final momentum equals mass into final velocity. While substituting the values, you will get it as 0.2 into negative 5, that is equal to negative 1 kilogram meter per second. Change in momentum equals final momentum minus initial momentum. So final momentum is negative 1 minus 2, that is equal to negative 3 kilogram meter per second. Therefore, the magnitude of change in momentum is 3 kilogram meter per second. Magnitude means you need to consider only the numerical part, number part. You don't need to consider the sign. Okay, with sign if you write, it will be negative 3 kilogram meter per second, or if you are writing only the magnitude, it is 3 kilogram meter per second. Let's see the next question. Exercise question number 14. A bullet of mass 10 gram traveling horizontally with a velocity of 150 meter per second strikes a stationary wooden block and comes to rest in 0.3 seconds. Calculate the distance of penetration of the bullet into the block. Also calculate the magnitude of the force exerted by the wooden block on the bullet. So here, initially the mass of the bullet is given. It is given in grams, so to be converted to kilogram. So mass is equal to 10 gram, that is equal to 0.01 kilogram. Initial velocity of the bullet is given 150 meter per second. and it hit on the wooden block and comes to rest. So its final velocity v equals 0. And it comes to rest in 0.3 seconds. So the time taken to reduce its velocity from 150 to 0, or it bring to rest in 0.3 seconds. So time t is equal to 0.3 seconds. We have to calculate the distance of penetration. Distance of penetration means it is the distance the bullet moved inside that wooden block, that is denoted by letter S, and also we have to calculate the force. So before finding the force, we will calculate the acceleration first, because we have the term A in all the equations. So the acceleration can be calculated by v minus u by t, change in velocity by time. While substituting the values, you will get it as v, that is equal to 0 minus initial velocity is 150 divided by the time is 0.03. So you will get it as negative 5000 meter per second square. Now we will calculate the force. Force F is equal to ma. While substituting the values of mass and acceleration in force equation, you will get the force as negative 50 Newton. Now we want to find the distance of penetration S. For finding S, you can either use the equation S is equal to ut plus half at square or v square minus u square equals 2as. Here I have given with the equation v square minus u square equals 2as. So S can be written as v square minus u square divided by 2a. Substitute the values of v, u and a so that you will get the value of S as 2.25 meter. Let's see the next question. Exercise question number 15. An object of mass 1 kg traveling in a straight line with a velocity of 10 meter per second collides with and stick to a stationary wooden block of mass 5 kg. Then they both move off together in the same straight line. Calculate the total momentum just before the impact and just after the impact. Also calculate the velocity of the combined object. Here the mass of the object can be written as m1 or ma, which is equal to 1 kg. The initial velocity of the object, that is equal to u1, that is equal to 10 meter per second. Mass of the wooden block, that can be taken as the second object, so m2 equals 5 kg and its initial velocity u2 equals 0. So the total momentum before impact or before collision is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2, that is equal to m1, which is equal to 1 into 10 plus 5 into 0, that equals 10 kg meter per second. And after collision, these objects move off together. That means they will have a common velocity, and we denote that common velocity with the letter v. Children, according to law of conservation of momentum, you know that total momentum before impact is equal to total momentum after the impact. We already got the total momentum before impact or before collision is equal to 10 kg meter per second. Therefore, the total momentum after impact also can be equal to 10 kg meter per second. While considering the equation for momentum, you can see that mass into initial velocity, that means m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equals m1 v1 plus m2 v2. But here also the final velocity term is the same for both the object, that we have noted as v. So we can write it as m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equals m1 plus m2 into v. So that v can be calculated as v equals m1 u1 plus m2 u2, that is equal to 10. 10 kilogram meter per second. We already got the value. Divided by m1 plus m2, that is equal to 1 plus 5. That means you will get it as 10 by 6, that is equal to 1.67 meter per second. You can check your answer while substituting this value in the first equation. That means you got the right side of the equation as m1 plus m2 into v. So when you substitute this value there, you will get again that value as equal to 10 kilogram meter per second. So the total momentum before and after the impact or collision is equal to 10 kilogram meter per second, and the velocity of the combined object is equal to 1.67 meter per second. Let's see the next question, exercise question number 16. An object of mass 100 kg is accelerated uniformly from a velocity of 5 meter per second to 8 meter per second in 6 seconds. Calculate the initial and final momentum of the object. Also find the magnitude of the force exerted on the object. This is a direct question. Mass of the object m is given as 100 kg. Initial velocity u is given as 5 meter per second. Final velocity v is given as 8 meter per second. Time t is equal to 6 seconds. Therefore, initial momentum equals mass into initial velocity, that is 100 into 5, that is equal to 500 kilogram meter per second. Final momentum equals mass into final velocity, that is 100 into 8, that is equal to 800 kilogram meter per second. Therefore, the force equals, you can use the equation F is equal to m into v minus u by t, or change in momentum divided by time, because mass into change in velocity, that only we are writing as change in momentum, m into v minus u. When you multiply with the mass term, you will get it as mv minus mu. That means final momentum minus initial momentum, or change in momentum. So any equation you can use for cancellation. So while substituting the values, you will get the force equals 50 Newton. Next we will see exercise question number 17. Akhtar, Kiran and Rahul were riding in a motor car that was moving with a high velocity on an expressway when an insect hit the windshield and got stuck on the windscreen. Akhtar and Kiran started pondering over the situation. Kiran suggested that the insect suffered a greater change in momentum as compared to the change in momentum of the motor car, because the change in the velocity of the insect was much more than that of the motor car. Akhtar said that since the motor car was moving with a larger velocity, it exerted a larger force on the insect, and as a result, the insect died. Rahul, while putting an entirely new explanation, said that both the motor car and the insect experienced the same force and a change in their momentum. Comment on these suggestions. Here, you can see that different opinions are given by the students for this same situation. Let's see what will be the correct answer. Children, the answer for this question to be explained based on Newton's third law of motion and law of conservation of momentum. According to Newton's third law of motion, the action and reaction, that means the force exerted by the insect on the car and the car on the insect, both are same. Similarly, according to law of conservation of momentum, the change in momentum for both the motor car and the insect are the same. Therefore, the explanation given by Rahul is correct. Let's see the last question in the textual exercise, exercise question number 18. How much momentum will a dumbbell of mass 10 kg transfer to the floor if it falls from a height of 80 cm? take its downward acceleration to be 10 meter per second square. So it is given as a picture here. You can see the dumbbell in the picture and it is falling downward from a height of 80 centimeter. Here the mass of the dumbbell is given as m is equal to 10 kilogram. Initial velocity is equal to 0 as it is falling down, and the height from which it is falling, that is the distance it moved. So we can write s equals 80 centimeter, but it to be converted to meter. Therefore we will divide 80 with 100. So 80 divided by 100, that is equal to 0.8 meter. And the downward acceleration A equals 10 meter per second square. While substituting these values in the equation v square minus u square equals 2as, we will get the final velocity as 4 meter per second. Then the final momentum can be calculated by mass into final velocity. That is, mass is 10 kilogram into final velocity, we got it as 4 meter per second. So 10 into 4, that is equal to 40 kilogram meter per second. Children, today we have discussed exercise questions 11 to 18. Among these questions, all the numerical ones, that means question number 11, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 18. These questions you have to write in your notebook. Along with that, you have some more homework questions. The first one is the questions which is given in page number 126 and 27. That is question number 3 and 4. And also you have the additional exercise after your main exercise topic in your textbook. And in the additional exercise, you have to do the numerical questions A3 and A4, which is given in page number 130. These two part you have to do it as your homework. Thank you.